Hi, welcome to Too Emotional. I'm your host, Katie.
It's my Katie bags. I'm coming with you, homegirl.
This is the place where we all gonna be too emotional together. Hi, welcome to Too Emotional. I'm your host, Katie. I am so excited to be here. I love doing podcasts. This is my favorite type of social media to do. This is my favorite platform. I love making a podcast, and I made some podcasts in the past, and then I decided I didn't like any of them. I didn't like the way I talked. I thought they were too short. I just was not a fan of them. So at midnight last night, I decided we're scrapping all of it. We're starting over. I have some new guests coming on, and I was like, you know what? I feel like this is a good time to just start over. We're going to start it all over. So hi, I'm Katie. This is Too Emotional. Too Emotional came about because I have been told my entire life that I was too emotional. This was too emotional. This is too emotional. That was too much to talk about. That was too sensitive to talk about. And so this podcast is all about the things that are too emotional to talk about and all the things that are just too sensitive to talk about that we need to be talking about. I can hear my husband making a smoothie out there, and I really hope you guys cannot. So if you are, I'm really sorry. But hi, I'm Katie. I live in Arizona. I'm from Utah. I've been married for 9 years. I've been with him for almost 10 years. It's a whole decade, guys. That's a long time. I love him. I'm very obsessed with him. I think he's the best person in the whole wide world. I'm absolutely obsessed with him. We have 3 boys. They're 7, 6, and 4, and they are so much fun. And we just have an all-boy cats. We actually have 3 cats. We actually have 3 boy cats too. So I just cannot escape this boy. We rescued a cat. It happened to be a boy. I rescued 2 kittens actually on my kids' first day of school. I was sad that they were gone at school, and someone said that they had found kittens in their backyard and needed someone to come get them. And I was like, me, I will come get them. I will come nurse these little things back to life. I will find them new homes. I will be the cat distribution center. And then I fell in love with them, and they're not going anywhere. And they happen to be 2 boys too. And I did not know they were boys when we got them, because in case you didn't know, it takes a little bit of time for the average person to figure out what a cat is. I think vets can figure it out sooner, but my vet told me that it was very normal that I couldn't figure it out for a while. So anyways, we have 3 boy cats. I have 3 boy kids. And we just can't escape the boys in this house. I have 6 brothers too. I only have 1 sister. Boys are just a lot. Anyways, so I'm from Arizona. I'm from Utah. I live in Arizona now. Been married. I love it. So most of you are going to have 0 idea who I am. There might be a very small few. You might have seen my face when I got really sassy about people sharing my mom's suicide letters online. So hi. So my dad is on a TV show. He married somebody from Sister Wives. He is now a part of the show, and it's been really fun. But when he came into the public eye, people obviously were very curious about him. And they figured out that his wife had passed away. And a reporter, I will not name, but you probably could figure it out, she deep dived and found the police reports and quoted my mom's suicide letters, because the suicide letters were quoted in the police report, not the whole letter, but they were quotes in there. And I had chosen to never read the suicide letters. I didn't want any part of it. I knew what my mom was thinking and feeling at the time, and I wanted to remember my mom for who she was as my mom, not who she was in her worst moment of her life. I didn't want to know that. And it was kind of shoved to me online when people were quoting the suicide letters. I would pull up a video, if TikTok would come up, and it would immediately say it. People were talking about it. People were blaming my dad. And I got really sassy about it. And I went on and I was like, you can't do this. That's not okay. So, hi, you might have seen me. My mom passed away when I was 17. She died by suicide. Oh, I don't like to say commit suicide. I've been trying really hard to stop saying that, but it's still so much in my head. My mom died by suicide. She didn't do anything wrong. She died by suicide. And when I was 17, it was right before my senior year of high school. And I am losing my train of thought. I had notes, guys, and we are jumping around all over the place. I got nervous and just started talking. I talk really fast. And on TikToks, when I make TikToks, I try to talk really fast in a short, condensed period of time, because I know how long videos. If a video's too long, no one's staying for that whole thing. So I try to talk and condense it down, and I kind of forget that podcasts are different. So we're gonna slow it down a little bit. So yeah, my mom passed away when I was 17. It was right before my senior year of high school. She had been struggling with addiction for quite a while before that. And looking back, I saw all the signs. In the moment, I just kind of thought that was my life. I just didn't really see the signs then. But looking back, I could see all the signs. And one of the things that I had looked back and saw the most of is how lost in motherhood my mom was. My mom was severely depressed. She got very lost in motherhood, made her more depressed. She turned to alcohol and other things, and that made her depression worse, which made her addiction worse, which made her depression worse, so which it fed off of each other. And one of the moments that she wrote a journal, and I read her journal, like from when we were little kids. And I was reading her journal, and you could just tell how lost in motherhood she was. Being a mom was her only identity. Like, that was all. She was the best mom. Like, I knew no other moms that played with us, like, that played with their kids like she did. Like, she would go out and go sledding with us. We built snowmans. Like, she was always playing with us. Like, she was always very involved in us. And then as we started to get older and not need her so much and get, like, that sassy attitude, like that preteen sassy attitude, because we were my mom's whole world, it crushed her. Because we were her whole world, and we all of a sudden, as teenagers start to kind of do, like, we started to not want to be around her all the time, and that crushed her. And it just fed her depression so much, and she just felt so lost, and she felt like she had nothing else. And it's one of the reasons I started social media in the first place, way before my dad ever went into the public eye, way before my dad met Christine, like way before any of that. I started social media because I was a stay-at-home mom. And I was drowning, and I felt so alone. I felt like I had nothing for myself. But then I found out that I really, really like to make videos. I really like to make the silly, goofy videos. I like to talk about mental health. I like to talk about these things. Like, I really like to make these videos. So I've been making TikToks for quite some time. And then I posted a lot of videos of my boys and, like, me with my boys and, like, those kinds of things. And I had started to kind of see the talk around why we shouldn't be posting our kids online. And then when my dad started dating Christine and, like, met Christine, and I knew that it was going to get more views than it had before. And I knew people were going to kind of, like, search about, because I also wanted to make videos about it, guys. I thought it was so fun. Like, I was like, I have these funny ideas in my head about videos I can make about my dad dating Christine. Like, this is going to be so funny. I was not necessarily trying to, like, clout chase. I just thought it was really funny. And I was like, oh, these videos are going to get views. Like, that's so much fun. Like, I'm such a funny person. Like, these are funny views. I'm not that funny. But so I posted those. I should not have posted 3 of them. Looking back, that was kind of a lot. But I just thought they were funny. I wasn't necessarily trying to, like, clout chase. I was like, these are going to be so funny. Like, maybe, like, 300 people will see them. Like, that's a lot of people. Anyways, I was naive, and I just didn't know what I was doing. But when I knew that my page would start to get more views. I knew that people were going to look more into it. And then I kind of watched people go crazy about my dad. So before it was announced that they were dating, I saw people deep dive my dad and figure out who he was and kind of figure out who his kids were. And I was like, ooh, I got to think really long and hard about what I want to have online and what I want my kids to be online for. Because they were already starting to deep dive. They were already starting to figure it out. And I was like, ooh, I don't think I want all these videos of my kids public. So I privated that TikTok account, made a different one, and they're on my TikTok, they're on my videos sometimes, like when they want to be. Sometimes they'll ask to be. Sometimes it's just a silly, goofy thing. Like, me and my husband talked about it, and we decided they are not, what did we say? They're private? Oh goodness, I heard someone else say it, and I was like, that's exactly how I want to do it. They're not a secret, they're private. So they're not a secret. It's not a secret that I have kids. It's not a secret that you're going to hear my kids yelling in the background. It's not a secret that you might see their faces in a video, but they are private, and their information will always stay private. And until they decide they're big and they decide what they want to put online, I won't be doing it. And it was kind of a fun little, like, lesson. Like, I feel like I had to, because of how big the show was, because of how big Christine was, and because I saw people deep dive and saw what they could do when they saw, like, I saw how much they deep dived my dad, and I was like, ugh, I don't want any part of that. Like, that's a lot. So we're going to, like, really hunker down on what we want to have online. Anyways, that was a really long tangent. I'm trying to remember exactly where I was when I started that tangent. So I talk about my mom. So I watched my mom get lost in motherhood. I started to make videos because I saw my mom get lost in motherhood. Like, I saw her, and I saw her drown, and I never wanted to be in the place she did. I never wanted to feel as low as she did. And sorry, I just drank coffee for the first time in, like, a year, and coffee wakes you up differently than, like, energy drinks do, and my brain is going. When I made that first video talking about how I just didn't really want people to be talking about my mom in that way, and how it wasn't my dad's fault, and it's really wrong to, like, pull up suicide letters. Like, the deep dive they did on her was really wrong, and it wasn't just harmful to me and my siblings, or harmful to people that knew her or heard about it. It was harmful to anyone who was struggling, or harmful to anyone who has had someone die by suicide. Like, it was harmful for everybody. Like, there's a bunch of research that shows how harmful it is to talk about it like that. Like, that's not my opinion. There's research that shows how harmful it is to talk about suicide in the wrong way. And she talked about it in the wrong way. And when I posted that video, I got so many messages from people saying, like, oh my goodness, like, I know my so-and-so died by suicide. I've struggled with those thoughts. And I got a couple of these messages, but there's one that I'll never forget. I think it might have been after I posted the second video talking about my mom. And then I kind of told her story a little bit, and I started talking about her a little bit and her story online. I got a message from a woman, and she said, would you rather deal with her depression for the rest of your life, or would you rather that she died? Like, which one would you have chosen? And it kind of like stopped me in my tracks for a minute, because I was like, oh, which one would I have picked? And I remember very distinctly, I was in Costco, and I saw her message pop up, so I read it, and I was thinking about it for a while, and I was like, I would rather deal with her depression every day. Like, I would rather deal with her depression, because here's the deal. If you're dealing with your depression and you're working on it, it's going to slowly get better. Like, you might have stumps, like there's ups and downs, there's ebbs and flows. Like, mental health is so complicated. It's so complex. You cannot just say, like, if you work on it, it's going to get better. And that's not what I'm saying at all. But there is ebbs and flows. And I love my mom, regardless of her depression. Regardless of how crappy she felt some days and how she couldn't get out of bed and she went to bed at 5 o'clock. I love my mom. I loved being around my mom. And I think I also have a little bit of a different viewpoint on this, because my husband struggles with depression. And I will gladly stand by him in this fight every single day. I will talk him through it every single day. I don't care how many bad days he has. I don't care how low and dark and deep he's going. I will get in that hole with him, and I will sit there with him. And I will gladly do it every single day, because I love my husband and I love being around him. And I think he's the most incredible person in the whole wide world. And I want to sit with him. And it's not a burden to sit with him. He sits with me in my anxiety. My anxiety can be really high and really high up, and I can struggle and I can spiral and rule those rumination thoughts, and like I can go so high so fast with that anxiety, and he will gladly sit with me. And I think we need to stop thinking of mental health as a burden, because it's not a burden. Sitting with my husband when he's feeling low is not a burden. That's a relationship. Me coming to my husband with my stress and my anxiety is not a burden. That's a relationship. Like, I think in society we get so caught up, and our depression and our mental health tells us this lie that you're a burden. No one wants to be with you. No one wants to help you. And maybe someone has told you that in real life. Like, maybe someone else has told you that. It's not true. That person just doesn't know how to have a relationship. They have something they're struggling with. That's not your problem. It's not your fault. How they view mental health, how they view depression is not your fault. It has nothing to do with you as a person. And there's nothing wrong with you. You are not a burden. You are not hurting people by being depressed or being anxious. That is you. And if someone wants to have a relationship, like a romantic relationship, a family relationship, a friendship, whatever the relationship looks like, if somebody wants to have a relationship with you, they're going to want to sit with you. Like, that's part of the relationship. Like, they're going to want to sit with you. They're going to want to help you. They're going to want to, like, work at it with you. They're going to want to help you, remind you of your tools and say, hey, I can tell you're feeling really down today. Do you remember the tools we talked about in therapy? Like, is there one I can help you with? Do you want me to sit with you, or do you want me to help you talk you through this? That's my main thing. If my husband's ever struggling, or if I'm struggling, then first thing out of my mouth is, do you want to vent? Do you want me to sit with you? Do you want help? Like, which one do we want to do here? Do you need to vent about it? Do you need to just talk about it and talk yourself through it? Do you need me to just sit with you and we can just sit in peace and quiet, or listen to music or watch a show? Do you just need someone to sit with you in it? Do you need help? Do you need me to remind you of your tools? Do you need advice? Like, which one do you need first? And that's a relationship. Like, that's what people are supposed to be for you. And so when I got that message from that woman in Costco, I remember I sat there and I was like, every single day, I'd rather sit with her every single day in her depression. I would rather help her with her addiction. I'd rather rather go to an AA meeting with her every single week, walk her through it, sit with her, listen to her cry, listen to her do all of her things. And I would want my mom to be alive. Without a shadow of a doubt, I would want her to be alive. I would want my kids to know her. I would want to see her relationship with my kids. I would want to fight with her. I would want to fight that good fight with her every single day if it meant that she was alive. And I messaged her back because it was my gut instinct. I was like, that's the message. We're sending that one. And I like just sat there in Costco and I was like, oh my gosh, like that was a good question. And then a little bit later, I think I was back in Costco. I go to Costco a lot. I think it might have been, I was somewhere, I was out and about, and I got another message from the same woman. And she just said, hey, I want you to know you saved my life. Like, I want you to know that I got help and you saved my life because of what you told me. And I like stopped me in my tracks. And there's been moments that I have been kind of over social media, or I just don't feel motivated, or I don't feel like I have that creativity spark. And when I don't feel like I have that creativity spark, or when I think about not making videos anymore, not talking anymore, I think about that message. Because if I post videos every single day and it never goes anywhere, but I can save one person, if I can help one person find help and get the help they need, the help that they deserve, that they are just worthy of, it's all worth it. All the time I've spent is worth it. Everything I do is worth it. If I can help one person see that they're worth and see that. One thing I always wish I could have told my mom is I wish she would have just come home. Because of my mom's addiction, she made a lot of bad choices. And her addiction changed her brain and told her lies. And if you have struggled with addiction, or if you know someone who struggled with addiction, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And my mom had made choices that I don't think she ever thought she would have made. I don't think she ever thought she would have done what she did. And it was, I personally think it was the last thing. Like, I think she was like, there's no coming back from this. This is all I can do. Like, no one wants me. No one wants me to come home. Everyone's going to hate me. No one's going to want me to be there. And I've spent a lot of time thinking about that. Because if I could tell my mom one thing, like she could have texted me, she could have called me. If I could have gotten one thing to her, I would have told her to come home. Without a shadow of a doubt, come home. We can talk through this, we can work through this, we can fix anything. Just come home. I want you, your family, the people who love you, your biological family, your chosen family, whoever it is that's in your circle, they want you to come home. They want to help you. They want to be there with you. No matter what your mental health, no matter what your brain tells you, you have people that want to help you. And let's say your biological family doesn't want to help you and they have not said nice things to you. Your friends have not said nice things to you. You will find somebody that wants to help you. You will find a relationship where people want to help you. You just need to find your people. And if you don't have that, I'll be that with you. We can talk through this. I can tell you what I've learned in therapy. I can tell you what I'm learning. I'm getting my master's right now to be a therapist. I can tell you what I'm learning. We can have that relationship together. I want you to come home. I want you to keep fighting. I want you to get the help that you need and that you are worth, and you are not a burden for needing a little extra help. We all need a little extra help sometimes. I think we just get so caught up in having to do it alone. And I think our society, mothers are so separated, more separated than they've ever been. You have to do it all alone. We don't have a village anymore. So let's make a village. I want to be a part of your village. I think you can do it. I think you are worth the help. Call 988. Find a therapist. I know therapy gets a lot better up because there's some bad therapists, guys. But it's like dating. You got to try again. I've seen some real ridiculous therapists. I had a therapist once tell me that I shouldn't complain because her life was harder than mine and I just need to get over it. I tried again, guys. I have found an amazing therapist. They're out there. They want to help you. There's some good ones. Just keep looking. Just keep finding. Try again. Please just try one more time. Ask your friends. Ask around. I've seen people on our city Facebook page be like, hey, who has a good therapist? Can you tell me you're a good therapist? There's ways to find it. You can post anonymously on Facebook. No one knows who you are. You can post anonymously and ask for people's recommendations for a therapist or a psychiatrist. I recently started OCD medication again a couple weeks ago. It is the most life-changing thing I've ever done for myself. Highly recommend it. It's just temporary. I'm just doing it temporarily until I feel like I can handle and process everything that I've been through the last couple years. Well, for probably longer than a couple years. But I just needed help process things. I needed a little of extra help. And that's what medication is. Medication is just a little tool. Sometimes it's just temporary. You just need it temporarily while you're learning how to work through things, while you're figuring it all out. Sometimes temporary. I went off on a huge tangent. remember my list? Went off of it. So anyways, that's why I talk about my mom. It's going to be a little bit of a tangent podcast. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited to have guests. I'm a little nervous because your girl can get off on a tangent real easy. I just like to talk. So anyways, actually, that's my last thing on my little list is where this is going next. So my whole purpose of this podcast is I want to talk about the things that are too hard to talk about. Talking about suicide, pretty dang hard. There's a lot of nuance to it. There's a lot of complication to it. There's a lot of taboo. It's a taboo topic. I like talking about it, though, because people need to hear about it. People need to hear that there's ways out, that there's different tools, that there's different things to do. And there's always another way. There's always another way. And we need to be talking about those hard things. So where this podcast is going is you'll see my face a lot by myself. But I'm also bringing on guests because people have incredible stories. People have incredible stories that are just too emotional to talk about. So I want to talk about them. I want to bring them on. I want you all to hear their stories. I want to hear their stories. And then, because it's going to help somebody. So if you know of somebody who has a good story that needs to be shared and that needs to be talked about, whether or not they're an influencer, whether or not, whoever they are, message me. Send me their name. Send me their information. Tell them to message me. I would love to have anybody on because their stories, people need help. We're all trying to survive. We're all trying to live this life together. We can do it together. We can all be each other's little village and little community online and mental health. Don't know what some of my favorite tricks that I've learned to deal with my anxiety from Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy will randomly throw in this helps your anxiety. They'll randomly throw something in an episode, and it is some of my favorite ways. That's how we all learn is we all need to start talking about it. We all need to start talking about our mental health more and the hard things that are just too hard to talk about. And let's talk about the things that are too emotional, guys. Anyways, I don't know how long this is. A 22-minute long podcast. This is the longest I've ever done, guys. I am pretty stoked about this. And I talked the whole time. I didn't even stop it once or have to restart it. Anyways, I am very excited you're here. I'm very grateful you're here. Ooh, I did have some dead air. It might not end up being 22 minutes. We'll see how long this podcast actually is. But yeah, I am so excited you're here. I'm so excited to do this. I don't know how often this is going to get posted. It might be once a week. It might be 2 times a week. It might be once a month. I really don't know. School kind of controls and runs my life because of how much homework I have to do that week. So we'll see. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're here. And please send me those messages of people that you think their stories need to be heard. And I will see you so soon. Thank you.